The Agile method promotes continuous iteration of development and testing kind of throughout a whole software development lifecycle of the whole project. So both developing and testing activities are done concurrently. So that's unlike the waterfall method where we're doing the testing at the end. Testing is part of the philosophy of Agile. It is being done all the time. Go check out the agilemanifesto.org. It's a very old website because it's been around for a while, but indeed gives you, different understandings of, their kind of philosophy. I'd nearly say that Agile, is nearly more of a philosophy than a method itself. But what's good about that is, say, it focuses very highly on the customer's needs. It's a collaborative approach and tries to prioritize face-to-face communications. It understands that work should be adapted to, changing customer requirements because, indeed, you have a process that lasts, say, a year of development. Your user is not the same necessarily as the one that you met 1 year ago at the beginning of the project. Their environment has changed. Their requirements for the system might have changed. They might have had, a strong increase in business, and so, your old requirements from a year ago are just not going to work. Maybe you have new regulatory requirements in this, compliance software that you definitely need to include. And so it has to understand that, high focus on the customer's needs, and the customer's needs change. It's based around 4 values and 12 principles. I think we're just going to look at the 4 values because 12 principles, I recommend that you go check out the website. So these include that individuals and interactions are more important over processes and tools. That is to say, we're really taking a human contact approach, and we're saying that we want to get close to our client because what's really going to matter at the end is not how beautifully bug-free your program is. I mean, that's important, but what's really going to matter at the end is going to be that your customer is happy. They can use it. Even if they have the occasional bug, most of the time it's going to work and satisfy what they really want. Process and tools, is kind of the back end of the IT process, but maybe the IT department should care a little bit less about this. Working software over comprehensive documentation. What I like to say is that if you need a manual, your system is not intuitive enough. Well, think of it. You used to have, these giant manuals for software. God, I remember the early versions of, the Excel manuals that were just giant, thick things because, it was a difficult program to work with. It's become a lot more intuitive. It's still complicated, but it's, I'm already talking about a legacy program here, even if it's been updated and is continuously used. Nowadays, we use our phones. We use our tablets. And these, don't tend to have giant instruction manuals for every single app that we have on them. No, they're intuitive enough. And so working software should take precedence over any documentation. Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Okay, this is, kind of a philosophy part, but it basically means you're going to work a lot with your customer, but understand that you're going to have to be flexible in your approach when it comes to contract because, contracts might set very, clear standards of what you exactly need. And that might be great for the lawyers, but it's not going to be great for the IT, and the customer, might just feel, blocked by these. So, customer collaboration takes precedence over it. And finally, responding to change over following a plan. Having a plan at the beginning is great, but if your development lasts for a year, then you're not going to be able to respond to all the changes.